What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today we've got one for you from up in Alaska, Kenai Gold. I needed some, I didn't get enough, so I went and I got some more. We're checking out there some more Paydirt bag. Kenai Gold. So, stick around. This is going to be a fun one.
Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Hand in the water, fingers in the mud. Buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade. Hustling through the silence, riches to be made. Big Daddy digging deep into the vein.
All right, welcome back. We've got right here one bag of Kenai's S'more Paydirt. Now, I bought this about a month ago. Ordered it up a month ago. Gold's gone up a little bit since then. Not a whole heck of a lot. We were already around 2,900. We hit 3,000. And I guess that made Kenai think that they need to jump all their prices up. I paid $190 plus some shipping for this bag. Today they have it listed for $400. It's a 2-gram bag. Let me go ahead and pull up the description and I'll read it off for you. When the graham cracker doesn't satisfy that golden hunger, you may want to try our s'more. There are approximately 1 pound of pay dirt in these bags and they are classified as half-inch. The gold we find varies in size and can range from fine gold to pickers, with the occasional small nugget. I can't guarantee you'll find any gold from my claim, but we have enriched each bag with 2 grams of gold. To ensure that you find a little bit of the Alaskan dream in every bag you purchase, the gold we add can range in size from fines to small nuggets. We do this to make it easy for the beginner and challenging for the experienced panning enthusiast. Each bag has approximately 1 to 2 tablespoons of naturally occurring black sand per pound of material. The black sands typically contain superfines, which are extremely difficult to pan. We would recommend you pan the product multiple times to make sure you've gotten all the gold. Please be cautious when panning this product. It has been known to give people gold fever. Enjoy. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to run this down the sluice, see what we can see, and hopefully we enjoy. So, don't go anywhere. We're going to hit the bench. We're going to shake this out a little bit because I see some shinies in here that I want to separate out. Some big gemmy rocks. And then, we'll do what we do. So, don't go anywhere. We're going to hit the bench and shake it out. Come on. All right. We're back. We got our 2 tubs. We got our bag of dirt. Couple of pans. My classifiers are right above my head. So, wow. Right off the bat, big piece of blue rock. Something. Very cool. Very cool. All right, well, let's dump this out. This shipped to us in a USPS flat rate package, the $9 bag or the $10 bag, depending on how good a pricing USPS hooks you up with. There were no protections aside from the bag itself. It wasn't in a separate bag. It was just, itself. Nothing happened on the way, so no real complaints there. But as always, I'd like to see that insurance bag just to make sure there's no issues. It doesn't pop open or split. Especially for a $200 bag, it's worth it to put a Ziploc in there. All right, right off the bat, everything above 1/4 inch is just added gems, gemmy gems. I mean, maybe they're not added, but I would be surprised if these are natural in his dirt. But still very cool. Makes the bag a little bit more interesting. Different kinds of jasper. I'm not sure exactly what this blue rock is, but it's a very, very cool color. Very cool looking blue. Some mica. More mica, maybe. I don't know, it's got a little green blue tint in the middle. No big nuggets of gold or anything, but very cool looking rocks. And then here's our Paydirt. You can't even see it, it's so dark in there. Here's our Paydirt. Let's zoom you in. And that's what she looks like. Still a few more little gemmy pieces of stuff in there. I think all that's going to probably get pulled out at the next layer. But let's start shaking things up. I'll throw on some tunes for you guys as I do, and put on some tunes for myself here. And we'll be right back once we got this dirt all shaken out. All right, let's go.
Cold wind bites like a bitter old man. Miners digging with dirt caked hands. Dreams of gold buried in the ground. Keen eyes shine where riches are found. S'mores pay dirt, bring me that spark. 2 grams tiny, but it ignites the dark. Alaskan dream in every grain. Gold fever driving me insane.
All right, we got this dirt all shaken up, spread out. And this is what we wound up with. So, above 1/4 inch, we only got the gemmy gems, the pretty stuff. Very cool. Some nice inclusions. Nothing too goofy. Nothing too out of the wild. Next, we got our +10. Not a lot of material here. Very, very little, actually. Go grab the Dig Daddy magnet. See if there's any magnetics going to stick with us here. There are a little bit of heavy magnetic rocks in here. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's a decent amount. We're up at the 10s, and there's barely any material here, so not too shabby. Next down, we're going to look at the 20. Again, not a lot of material. Barely up to that bottom lip of the first riffle in the pan. As far as magnetic material, though, goes, I already hear it hitting the bottom of the magnet. And there you are. Some nice chunky chunks. So some really thick, heavy material in here. Definitely need to keep an eye out for that. Next down, we're looking at the +40. Now this one goes right to the bottom of that first riffle in the pan. Fills up the bottom section here, no problem. +40. And what kind of magnetics do we have? Let's take a look. I do definitely see some shiny in here as I'm moving stuff out of the way. And I just shot all the magnetics over the bench. Let's pick those back up. My finger slipped. And that's what we got. So we got about the same amount in each level of classification. A little bit surprised there. Now down here at the sub 40, the soft sands, again just up to that bottom lip in the sluice or in the pan. So I mean we're only working with about a pound of material here, so I don't really expect to see a lot in any classifications. So overall it's a pretty decent spread. All right, final sub 40 magnetic, not much. Little goatee's worth, little chin fuzz. No full beard in here. So, like the description said, between all of these, yeah, I agree. There's probably about a teaspoon, maybe 2, teaspoon and a half. I'll meet him halfway of magnetic material. And apparently that was added, so there you go. Boom, 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 boom. And now there's some on my desk as well. So, all right. Let's get it wet and get it running down the sluice. Come on. All right, welcome back. We've got this dirt all wetted up. The sluice has been warming up and ready to go. So what do you say we get to it? Now, as always, we're going to play some tunes. Oh, a little piece of appetite. That. A pretty chunk. We're going to play some tunes for you, play some tunes for me. We're going to run this dirt, and then we're going to see what we can see. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. And hopefully we'll have some gold. Let's do it.
River flows, dust in the pan. Shovel breaks, I grab it with my hand. Graham cracker leaves me starved for more. Keen eye whispers dig to the core. S'mores Paydirt, bring me that spark. 2 grams tiny, but it ignites the dark. Alaskan dream in every grain. Gold fever driving me insane. River flows, dust in the pan. Shovel breaks, I grab it with my hand. Graham cracker leaves me starved for more. Keen eye whispers dig to the core. Crack the bag, dust takes to the sky. Promise of fortune you can't deny. Fingers tremble, pipe dream scream. Paydirt's gold and Alaskan.
All right. We got the dirt all run. All 4 pans of that. Let's fire down the sluice. And let's take a peek at what we got to see. Because I have a feeling it's going to be something nice. All right, let's do it. Oh, wow. Let's zoom in. Look at all that shiny. No huge nuggets, but man, there is gold everywhere in there. It's everywhere. It's a freaking glitter bomb. Lots of fine gold all throughout. Not really seeing much past the red, the gold zone. Nothing really in the white. The flap really knocks everything down and keeps it in that space. Even without the flap, the Dream Mat catches right there. Front row gold all the time. So, it's looking good. Now let's just get this cleaned up and see what we wound up finding. Come on, let's go.
Crack the bag, dust takes to the sky. Promise of fortune you can't deny. Fingers tremble, pipe dream scream. Paydirt's gold and Alaskan dream.
All right. Let's zoom in and see what we can see. Holy smokes. All right. There you go. There's your gold, baby. Look at all that. Look at that explosion of gold right there. That is freaking amazing. Ah, that looks so good. Now, due to how much gold there is in here, it's a lot of fine gold, a lot of small floaty movie flakes. I did lose. I'm not going to use the term lose. There is still some flakes down here, and actually a substantial amount. But because I've got all this cleaned out and nice and out of the rocks, I'm going to go ahead and sucker that up now. Then I'll do, go back, do the other, go back and do it again till we get it all. But I'm not going to put you guys to sleep with all that. So while I finish this up, let's cut over to whatever the next scene is. Let's go. All right, welcome back. We've got this gold all dried up. Kenai gold, Alaskan Paydirt. This is the s'mores. If you couldn't get enough, now you got some more. Now, as we saw earlier, lots of cool little gemmy gems in there. Throw them in a tumbler or something. But I know this is what you're here for. The gold. So, let's tear this out. Make sure it's all zeros. Alright, let's do it. Piling it on, and we are looking at 2.13. Any more in there? All right, that's it. 2.131 grams of gold. So a little bit over 1/10 of a gram over the guaranteed amount. 2.131. Now it says 132. We're going to stick with the 131. It hung there for a bit. You know what? We'll give it 2.132. Not like it makes any difference, but every flake counts. So 2.132 grams of gold. I'll take a couple pictures of that, of course, so you can see it up close and personal. And otherwise, we'll be back with my ROI and final words. All right, welcome back. Man, that was some really pretty gold. Kenai Paydirt, the s'more bag. Let's talk about it. The dirt, of course, we'll start with that. The dirt was all dirt. It was all regular pay dirt, sandy. Not a lot of it. It was a pound of dirt. There were some cool little inclusion gems that were kind of cool. This blue one's pretty rad. But overall, it was a pound of dirt. And for $100, $200, could have been a little bit more, maybe 2 pounds of dirt, 3 pounds of dirt. Especially considering that it was shipped in a flat rate bag that goes for $10, and you can fit as much material in there as you can fit. It'll ship. That's the logo or the saying. So for an expensive bag like that, I would have liked to see a little bit more material. But overall, it was a good spread of the material that was in there. There was a little bit of black sand, heavy magnetics. Those were easy enough to get out of the way. And overall, I think the dirt was pretty nice. Now, again, the price, I would have liked to see a little bit more material, maybe stretch out that experience a little bit more. But overall, every scoop seemed to have a little bit of gold in it. So if you're going to get this, I would definitely pan it out small amounts at a time so you can get the gold out of there, and you're not overwhelmed at the end if you're going to try to sluice it out like the way I do. You're going to have to fight with it a little bit more if you go this route, and you can just kind of stretch out your experience if you pan it out a scoop at a time. So that's the way I would go with it if I were to get it again. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the gold. The gold, beautiful stuff. All nice, fine, small flakes, no nuggets or anything, unfortunately. I would have liked to see a couple bigger pieces in there, but I definitely got what I was guaranteed. And the gold was all nice, small flake, so it actually works out pretty good for me because I can use that pretty easily for pay dirt and whatnot. So yeah, overall, good time going through it. Got a nice amount of gold out of it. And the gold was nice and clean, not too dirty or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and put up the numbers, but there's a huge asterisk on this one. And we'll get to it after I show you. Boop. All right, so I paid $190 for this bag roughly about a month ago. I think I got this mid-February. And I'll... Okay, let me just go over the numbers. So I paid $190 for the bag. We wound up finding 2.132 grams of gold. Now that has a today value of $207.14. Now that's going to give me an overall ROI, not counting the shipping, of 109%, which is great. It is freaking great. Now it's time for the asterisk. If you go back to Kenai's site right now, this bag has doubled in price. It was $190 or $200. It is now $400. Gold hasn't gone up quite that much in the last month. It did crest 3,000, so I do understand wanting to keep the product in line with the current gold prices. But the bag doubled in price. It straight up doubled in price. You go there today, these $200 bags are $400. So the ROI is halved if you buy one today. It's a 50% ROI, and I can't recommend that. That's kind of weak, especially for a $400 bag of dirt. You're paying $200 for a pound of dirt, and you're buying 2 grams of gold at spot price. So, well, it was a great bag for me, having bought before they jacked up the price. For you today, they've doubled the price, and that essentially halves the amount of gold that you get. You still get your 2 grams, but you're paying twice as much for it. $200 a gram is definitely not where I'm at. Your mileage may vary, but that's what it is. So, the shipping was $18, and it shipped in a flat rate package, and the flat rate packages are a $10 bag. So they also pad the shipping cost. If there was more to the shipping material, maybe you put it in a secondary bag or something, I could understand a couple of extra dollars to pad the shipping cost. But the flat rate bags are free. You get those for free from the USPS. So I paid an extra $10 for shipping. I mean, it's not like they put a whole heck of a lot into the bag logos and stickers and whatnot. So the shipping was a little bit extra padded, and now the pricing is a little bit whack. So I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. I would have had a great review if it wasn't doubled in price here today, you know? But there we are. That's a shame, because it was a really good bag of dirt, and it had some really nice gold in it. But overall, it is what it is. So, you know, they're welcome to try to sell their products for however much they want. I wish them the best of luck. Hopefully they got some more reasonably priced stuff that hasn't gotten jacked up in pricing. But yeah, to have the ROI, that sucks. That really sucks. I hope there's a reason behind it. I don't know. You know, I don't know if I need a reason behind it. I'm just a consumer. And at the end of the day, me as a consumer, I'm going to look where I can get the most bang for my buck. This was really good, but not now. So there you go. I'll leave a link down below if you want to look at their site. Keep an eye on it. Maybe things will get changed. Maybe somebody screwed up. Maybe somebody accidentally adjusted the price, and that's why they can't sell these last bags. And maybe this video will be like, oh crap, we screwed up. Let's fix our pricing. And maybe it'll take them down to like $220, $230 or something like that, and it'll be back in line with the good value. Otherwise, I would, keep on looking. I got to do a bunch of Paydirt reviews. Go check some of those out. Maybe you'll see something that's more to your liking. or things will adjust and you'll see, hey, these are pretty good after all now. So I always say, look at the guaranteed amount, and if what you're going to pay for that bag is worth that guaranteed amount and nothing more, go for it. If you're hoping for that magic scoop that, oh, I got all the gold and now it's worth, I got a 200, 300% ROI, you're going to be disappointed. It doesn't often work out that way. So I have heard it has worked that way for some people, and I'm still waiting. No, actually, no, I've gotten a couple good bags like that. It happens. It does. But the vast majority of them are very well measured out. What you're guaranteed is probably all that's in there. So if that's not good for you, don't hit buy. If it is, click it. But what else you can click is that like button down here if you enjoyed my video. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. But maybe I'll do it better next time. Maybe I did it better in the past. We'll see. Whatever. Either way, I appreciate that you hung out this long. If you're not a subscriber and you're stumbling across this video, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. I do this every week. And we have a live show on Mondays, 5 p.m. Pacific, BSing in the Shed, where we hang out, tell some stories, BS. It's really just BS and hanging out, and we run a little bit of dirt. So don't miss out on that. And otherwise, until next time, this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace. Oh yeah, if you want to check out some more of my Paydirt reviews, click this link right here, and you can do that. See ya!